year, and it appears that's just what's happening. Please allow me to give you a few end-time highlights from the pages of Scripture. First, did you know that a great angelic battle in the heavenlies will transpire at the midpoint of the tribulation period? It will be a sight to behold. Here's what Revelation chapter 12, verses 7 through 9 says about it. Now war arose in heaven, Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought back, but he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent, who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. Satan becomes ferocious at this turn of events. He immediately kicks into high gear. John speaks of a loud voice from heaven that describes the devil's wrathful fervor this way. Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Satan knows he now has only 3.5 years before Jesus' glorious second coming, and therefore goes forth with a vengeance to do as much damage as he can on earth, especially against Jews and Christians. Satan will work powerfully through the Antichrist during the tribulation period. Revelation chapter 13, verse 2 tells us that Satan will give the Antichrist his power and his throne and great authority. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9 likewise informs us, the coming of the lawless one, the Antichrist, is by the activity of Satan with all power and false signs and wonders. This means that the Antichrist will be virtually energized by the devil. And for that reason, the character of the Antichrist will reflect that of the devil. 2 examples will suffice. 1. The Antichrist deceives the same way Satan does. We learn from Scripture that Satan is the father of lies. John chapter 8, verse 44. He originates and inspires lies and deception. In fact, Satan is a master deceiver and the greatest among all liars. His lies are often religious, distorting the biblical picture of God, Jesus, and the true gospel. Satan is the deceiver of the whole world. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. Because Satan is the father of lies and the deceiver of the whole world, it makes sense that the one he energizes, the Antichrist, will also be full of lies and deception. Scripture reveals that the Antichrist will engage in all wicked deception for those who are perishing. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10. A major aspect of his deception is that he engages in false signs and wonders, exalting himself before a watching world. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. People will be duped into thinking the Antichrist must be God among us, thereby mimicking the miracle-working Christ who truly was God among us. Matthew chapter 1, verse 23. The Antichrist will be full of poisonous, lethal deception. Satan will meanwhile be busy blinding the minds of unbelievers so they cannot perceive the truth. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. With such Satan-induced blindness, it is easy to understand how unbelievers will fall for the self-exalting claims of the Antichrist. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 9 through 11. 2. The Antichrist persecutes the same way Satan does. In Revelation chapter 12, verses 12 through 17, we find a sobering description of Satan's ousting from heaven, after which he engages in relentless persecution against the Jews. In parallel fashion, the Antichrist will also be a great persecutor of the Jews. Daniel chapter 9, verse 27 tells us that the tribulation period will begin when the Antichrist makes a covenant with the Jewish people. He will then break this covenant midway through the tribulation, at which point he will take his seat in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. This will utterly